So let's break down the process of assessing your skills and passions so that you can get the right side hustle for you. So you need to identify hard skills, your technical abilities, certifications, and academic qualifications. But maybe more importantly, what are you passionate about? What really gets you going? And could you turn that into a side hustle? You need to assess your soft skills. How good is your communication, leadership, and problem-solving adaptability? What are your interests and how do they tell you about what side hustle you might want to do? What are your hobbies or activities that you enjoy doing? What topics do you naturally like to talk about? What are you curious about, or what industries do you find yourself constantly curious about? And could that be something you turn into a side hustle? So what brings you joy? So now we're kind of getting back to passion again. What makes you joyful? What gives you a sense of purpose or fulfillment? And what could you commit to long term? Because we're talking about a side hustle that could become a full-time business. And can you commit to it for a long time? What are your marketable skills? What skills would a company or a boss, recruiter hire you for? And do some of these skills match to demand? And again, can you turn them into a side hustle? Might be a good idea to research trends and explore emerging industries. I kick myself for not getting involved in YouTube 15 years ago and Udemy 10 years ago. If you can get involved when something like YouTube is on the way up, then all the better. I suppose TikTok would be something, but I don't really want to make TikTok videos. I think they'd ban me for being too old. So if you can identify some trends, that would be good. What are some pain points? People react to pain points, and can you find a side hustle that will end those pain points? I have guest houses in Japan, and people come to stay. They need a place to stay. Ours are a bit out of the way. They're not right in the tourist areas, but our pain point is we're cheaper, so we solve a money pain point, and we're away from the crowds. That's maybe another pain point for some people. A lot of people don't want to stay with us. They want to be right in the center of the action, so they don't have the pain points that we solve. But in your case, what pain points could you solve? So in other words, you are trying to solve problems with your side hustle. So what problems can you solve with your side hustle? You try to think that way. A lot of people turn their hobby into a business or a side hustle, and it can be a very good idea. Just be a little bit careful with that, because you have to think that if you make it into a business, you're taking away your hobby, this thing that you enjoy. And hopefully you'd enjoy the side hustle, but sometimes when you turn things into a business, you end the joy, right? So as soon as you do that. So I would think hard about whether you really want to turn your hobby into a side hustle. But, it's something to consider, definitely. Are there any strengths that set you apart from other people? And could you use that to start a business? That's a really, really good point to think about. Ask your friends, relatives, colleagues, what they think your strengths and weaknesses are. This can be humbling, especially if you're talking about weaknesses, but it might be a good way to learn about yourself and what side hustle you might be good for you. Make sure you test your idea for your side hustle, either through surveys or actually starting it in a limited way, which is what I did with my guest houses, or other research that you can do. You don't want to start without doing any research. Always keep learning, always keep researching, go to conferences, read books, go on the internet and read or watch videos. You are always learning. When I started my English schools, I kept studying about best ways to teach. I went to conferences. I learned about different things you can do, different techniques, different textbooks, all of those things. With the guest house business, it's constantly changing. We had to deal with a pandemic, of course. There were lots of things to learn. There's still lots of things to learn. Airbnb hosting, they're always changing the system, so you have to keep up to date with that. So in your area as well, you've got to keep learning and keep on top of things. So keep an open mind, try to engage with others and maybe learn some new approaches to how you conduct your business, and maybe try different things at times to see what works and what doesn't. Experiment with your business.